الحلوة مدرستي مدرستي كنز المعرفة.
مدرستي الحلوة مدرستي مدرستي كنز المعرفة.
أقرأ فيها العالم حولي أمضي نحو غدي في ثقتي.
لا لا ليلى لا ليلى لا ليلى لا لا ليلى لا ليلى لا 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 لا.
مدرستي هي بيتي الثاني أقضي فيها شطر زماني.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. The way Pioneers started, in fact, where few parents have realized and sensed the importance of Islamic education and decided to, inshallah, start this project, considering that the community in Minneapolis is growing and there is a need for more Islamic schools and Islamic education. Our goal at Pioneers is to provide our students with the highest academic standards, coupled with a high Islamic code of ethics. Alhamdulillah, we have a staff that is qualified, teachers who have master's degrees in education, education licenses. Our philosophy at Pioneers Academy is to really emphasize tarbiyah and to bring back tarbiyah into ta'lim. Unfortunately, when you look at the secular doctrine of education, and it is negative effect on the students, and we see that, we have decided to basically start Pioneers Academy and emphasize, no doubt, emphasize the academic achievement. However, we have a great emphasis on tarbiyah, which is basically, Islamically speaking, it is tazkiyah, to explain to our students where we have come from, what is our purpose on this earth, and where we're heading after here. And we provide that not only by the Islamic studies class, as much as it is important in the classroom and the subject matter. However, it is really the total environment where the staff is Islamically grounded, Islamic behavior and lifestyle in every aspect of the operation, in the classroom, in the hallways, in the lunchroom, prayer time, and thank God we can have prayer and Islamic behavior and practice as part of our daily program.
في الحقيقة مدرسة الرواد لإيماني الشديد بأن وجود أطفالنا في هذه المرحلة العمرية في جو نقي هو من الضروريات. أيضا لإيماني بأن غرس المبادئ الإسلامية وأصول الدين والعقيدة وترسيخها يتم بشكل صحيح في السنوات الأولى من حياة الطفل، حيث أن الطفل يستمع للمربي بكل جوارحه في هذا العمر. كذلك فإن تعليم القرآن الكريم هو أصل في الحقيقة من أصول الدين، بحيث أنه تعليم القرآن الكريم يؤدي إلى أن يستوعب الطفل، أن يربى الطفل على الفطرة السليمة، وأن يدخل إلى قلبه محبة الله عز وجل ومحبة رسوله وصحابته، فيعمر قلبه بها قبل أن تدخل إليه الأهواء. نحن في هذه المرحلة العمرية نهتم جدا بتعويد الأطفال على العبادات ومحبتهم لها من خلال القصص والسيرة والأدعية المأثورة، بحيث أن الطفل يتعود على هذه العبادات ويألفها، لأنه من الخطأ بصراحة أنه نترك الطفل حتى مرحلة البلوغ ثم نطلب منه الالتزام بالتعليمات الشرعية، لأن العود إذا يبس يصعب علينا تقييمه ويكون أسهل إذا كان طريا. في الحقيقة أنا أفتخر بمدرسة الرواد وبطاقم مدرسة الرواد وبالجو الأسري في هذه المدرسة وبطلابي وبطالباتي، حيث تجمعنا روح المودة والمحبة، مما يجعل عملية إيصال المعلومة لهؤلاء الطلاب سهلة جدا بالنسبة لي. أسأل الله عز وجل أن يعيننا ويهدي طلابنا وطالباتنا ويعيننا وإياهم على تربيتهم التربية الإسلامية الصحيحة والأخذ بأيديهم إلى الطريق الصحيح.
Well, I chose Pioneers for several reasons. One of the main being that I wanted to work in an environment with an Islamic school setting. And so being in a public school for about a year during my student teaching, I really, alhamdulillah, have learned so much and gained so much experience. But the one true thing that I was missing is that deeper connection with the students and the staff that I feel like comes naturally working in an Islamic environment, because you have that great bond of Islam together. And so whether it's, praying together or being able to make dua for a student that's sick that one day, or just simply sharing that one belief, really is something that I value and something that, alhamdulillah, Pioneers has given me. So
the school not only focuses on the manners, the kids get to learn a different language, which is Arabic. For me personally, we don't speak Arabic at our home, and my daughter has learned so much Arabic, and she's already starting to read and write Arabic, and I'm beyond happy, because I do want her eventually to be able to read the Quran, and I myself don't write or read Arabic, so I feel very blessed that she's in this school environment.
I want students to live Islam throughout the day, not just in their Islamic study classes. I want them to practice good Islamic morals during lunchtime, during recess, in the class, whether it's coming into the classroom, whether it's going to the bathroom. Outside the usual times that students typically think of, Islam is really just like we tell ourselves, way of life, and it should be about that in all our relationships, in all our classes, and our non-academic part of the day too.
So what I've noticed at home and in and outside of the home is that my daughter is not just looking at things from an academic standpoint, but she's also looking at things based from the Quran, and basically addressing things in that fashion.
We focus a lot on student-centered learning in our classroom, and I think most teachers in our school also do this, is where we really want to focus on the child. And so a lot of our learning is hands-on, it's using manipulatives, it's being out in the real world and making every learning experience purposeful. So that kind of means that whenever we're learning something, say for example in math, we'll be learning about shapes. We'll go out in the real world and look outside. What are different shapes that you see, whether it's stop signs or different signs on windows or things like that. So we really want to take whatever we learn. I think that's the whole point of school, is that whatever we learn, we're able to take it out into the real world and use it for other purposes. So alhamdulillah, we do a lot of hands-on things in our classroom, as well as lots of field experience.
The education I learned here is very valuable, and I can use it in other places too, like my grandparents' house and my own house too.
The way I look at teaching curriculum in an Islamic environment is I expect a lot from my students. I have those high academic standards. At the same time, I expect a lot from their behavior and their manners. The way they do their work has to have a certain etiquette. The way they work in groups, they have to follow respectful behaviors. They need to work hard. It's all the things that we want ourselves to continue in life. At the same time, I want them to have respect for one another, respect for themselves, trying their best, putting forth their best efforts in the class, at the same time being respectful and taking responsibility for their actions. And when we make mistakes, which we do all the time, even as adults, to go back and reflect on that and to correct and to have that akhlaq, that deep desire to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first and then do the very best that we can.
I selected Pioneers Academy because it's very professional and disciplined, and a warm environment, small classes, classrooms, fewer kids, very close attention. The teachers are great. Since my son started Pioneers Academy, he's more disciplined and tidy, likes coming to school.
Our students are such a nice group of students because they're alhamdulillah, our class size is pretty small. We have about 10 students in our class, which compared to other schools, it's very, it's kind of a luxury, and we're very thankful for that, because it really allows us as a class to build a culture where we really do get to know one another on a personal level, and feeling like you're in a safe space and that you're welcome, and that everyone knows enough about you and cares about you to help you succeed in whatever it is that you're doing. And so that family ambiance that we have in our classroom and in our school as a whole is something that I think the children truly enjoy and really gain rich experience being a part of, because it allows them to grow in many areas in their life, in addition to just the academics, but also their character and the way that they interact. So being in that environment where they feel that support from everyone around them helps them kind of grow in those areas of their life.
I love the school because it's a friendly environment, and that I feel like I'm at home, and I feel like they're nice to me, and they always love me.
I chose Pioneer Academy because it had very highly qualified teachers. The teachers care a lot about the students and their well-being in the classroom and outside of the classroom. I feel they focus a lot on the educational goals and also their goals in life. They've been very successful at doing that.
The teachers at Pioneers Academy are overqualified, in my opinion. They take care of the kids as if they were their own, and they're very nourishing to the children. I'm very happy to have them teach my daughter.
I like it when my teacher helps me. I like Quran because it makes me a better Muslim. My teacher is doing a good job that she's teaching me Quran.
One of my main concerns is not just education, but having a good foundation. Good foundation in this society to help the students face things that they would face in this society. We're not always going to be around our children when they get older, and having a foundation and a strong foundation is key. You have to focus more on them when they're younger, is my feeling. When they're younger, you can embed these foundational ideas and these etiquettes in them when they're younger, easier when they're older.
I feel good in this Muslim school because I have Muslim friends, and I can read the Quran, not in those public schools that really surround you with bad things.
Pioneers Academy is your project. It is our project. And I hope that all the community will get involved into the raising of our children. This is not only a school mission. The education of our kids transcends to the community, to the house. Therefore, we would like to all of you to really support this project the best way you can. And you are always welcome to visit us at the school. Call us if you have any questions. We'll be pleased to answer it. Thank you.
مدرستي هي بيتي الثاني أقضي فيها شطر زماني. مدرستي هي